The Battle of Plassey, fought on June 23, 1757, in the fertile plains of Bengal, marked a defining moment in the history of India. This pivotal battle was not merely a military clash. It was a watershed event that would set the course for British colonial domination in the Indian subcontinent. To understand the significance of the Battle of Plassey, we must delve into its historical context, the key players involved, the causes that led to the conflict, the unfolding of the battle itself, and its profound consequences. The mid-18th century was a period of intense competition among European colonial powers for control over India. The British East India Company, established in 1600, had gradually expanded its presence in India, particularly in the coastal regions. The French, Dutch, and Portuguese also had their interests in the subcontinent. However, it was the British East India Company that emerged as the most formidable player. The Battle of Plassey featured two central figures whose actions would shape the course of the battle and its outcome. At the time of the battle, Siraj-ud-Daulah was the Nawab, ruler of Bengal, holding sway over a vast territory encompassing present-day West Bengal, Bihar, and Bangladesh. He was a young and impetuous ruler who had inherited a complex political situation. Robert Clive, a British military officer, led the East India Company's forces in India. He was a shrewd strategist and a key architect of British colonial expansion in India. The primary cause of the conflict leading to the Battle of Plassey was the growing tension between the British East India Company and Siraj-ud-Daulah. Several factors contributed to this tension. The British East India Company had established a thriving trade in Bengal, which was a major source of revenue for the company. Siraj-ud-Daulah was concerned about the drain of wealth from his kingdom due to British trade privileges. Clive and the company engaged in political intrigues to undermine Siraj-ud-Daulah's authority. They sought to cultivate alliances with disgruntled members of his court, including Mir Jafar. In June 1756, Siraj-ud-Daulah attacked and captured Fort William in Calcutta, a major British trading post. The infamous Black Hole of Calcutta incident, where British prisoners were allegedly confined in a small dungeon with fatal consequences, further escalated tensions. The Battle of Plassey took place near the village of Plassey in Bengal. On the fateful day of June 23, 1757, the British forces under Clive faced off against Siraj-ud-Daulah's army. Despite being outnumbered, the British had a significant advantage due to a combination of factors. Mir Jafar, one of Siraj-ud-Daulah's commanders, had grown dissatisfied with the Nawab's rule and entered into a secret pact with Clive. Mir Jafar's betrayal would prove crucial to the British victory. Siraj-ud-Daulah's army was not united. Some commanders remained loyal to him, while others were swayed by the promise of rewards from the British. Surprisingly, the Battle of Plassey witnessed minimal actual combat. Mir Jafar's forces, which were positioned at a crucial juncture, did not engage wholeheartedly in the battle. This allowed the British to secure a victory with relatively few casualties. The battle resulted in Siraj-ud-Daulah's flight from the battlefield, and the British emerged as the victors. Mir Jafar, the turncoat commander, was installed as the puppet Nawab, effectively making the British the de facto rulers of Bengal. The Battle of Plassey had profound and far-reaching consequences for India and the British East India Company. Plassey marked the beginning of British dominance in India. It set a precedent for the company's expansion into other parts of India and established the foundation for British colonial rule on the subcontinent. Bengal, one of the wealthiest and most populous regions in India, became the epicenter of British power in the subcontinent. The British exploited its economic resources, drained its wealth, and significantly altered its socio-political landscape. The battle demonstrated the effectiveness of political maneuvering and alliances in colonial warfare. The British had successfully used Indian allies and intrigue to further their colonial ambitions. The Battle of Plassey reshaped Indian history. It marked the decline of indigenous rulers and the rise of British imperialism. The repercussions of this battle would be felt for generations to come. In conclusion, The Battle of Plassey was a pivotal moment in Indian history, symbolizing the beginning of British colonial rule in India. This seemingly minor engagement in the annals of military history had a profound impact on the destiny of a subcontinent. It showcased the cunning strategies of Robert Clive, the shifting alliances of Indian rulers, and the transformative power of colonialism. The echoes of Plassey still reverberate in modern India's complex history and legacy.